Virgo.
Hello Virgo, this is your April forecast for 2013, and it's going to be interesting this month for you. Very, very deep running emotions and feelings, and really getting into the core of your being and sensing why you're where you're at. Last month here in March has been a lot of focus on relationships and your significant other, or what it is you've been trying to figure out what you want from a different partner or a new partner or your current partner. So it's kind of been like up in the air. It's been emotional. It's been very either good, or it's been difficult and bad or confusing, which Neptune can be. Neptune on the lower level can be all about deception and disappointments and so forth, or where things aren't really on the up and up and kind of either hidden or it kind of just flows out to nothing. On the higher end of Neptune, it is the ideal, most beautiful type of emotions anybody could ever hope to experience. It's that otherworldly, lofty, idealistic, cosmic love. So only you know which end of the stick that you experienced here in March. But now as it moves into your 8th house, which is ruled by Scorpio, which is also a water sign. So they just came out of Pisces, which is water, moving into the 8th house, which is also water, though it is, in the sign of Aries, so that's fire. So this month, it's really putting things on alert, really to figure out with the intensity of feelings and emotions that are going to take place this month, is to find out what you want to hang on to, what you want to experience with that passion of Scorpio, that passion also of Mars, which is in Aries, that can bring things to a new start, a new beginning. Because Scorpio is all about death and rebirth. So it's like shedding old and finding new ways to express, to think, to feel in this realm. Also, the 8th house is also about other people's money. So a time to clear up, initiate, or balance out mortgages or commissions, royalties, and that matter as well. So it's going to start off here because, see, these planets are here for just a little bit before Venus and Mars is going to be moving into Taurus, your 9th house, which will be on the 14th for Venus and the 20th for Mars. So until then, this is when you're going to be processing. So make the most out of it and clean up whatever you need to do with your taxes or banks or whatever, or with your significant other on the emotional level. Because then from mid-April, you're going to be moving into new realms. And this is going to be a part of that rebirthing from what it's been taking here from end of March and through April of your emotional self. Now you can start applying it from mid-month of April to higher understanding, higher values, and whatever has survived through this phase. And I say survived because some of these things might just fall along the roadside, things that you no longer want to accept. There's no way Scorpio accepts anything that's not good for it. It will chop it off, and discard it. But whatever survives now, emotionally, from what you've been going through here in March and then through April, it will pass the test. It'll go through the gateway into the higher realms of the 9th house, which is Jupiter ruled, okay? So those feelings will be able to expand and grow and become even more beautiful, even more passionate from those of you who got to experience the upside through February, March. So this is the good news. And then the bad news is, well, if something needs to go, don't see it as bad. That behooves you as well. So you can't lose, okay? I want you to stay positive and focused and know and trust that the universe always knows what is best for you. So even if things should come from the outside, outside of your own choices of discarding, then understand the universe is doing it on your behalf. So at times as humans we don't see that, and we become discouraged and disappointed. But let that just be a bygone, okay? And focus on, oh my God, I'm so excited. What is around the corner? What is it the universe wants now, okay? Because the universe will never give you worse. It will give you equal or better. So this is why you want to kind of just follow the path that you're on right now and allow that to just bring you home to where you're heading. Oh, I just wanted to say, I'm sorry if you can see that my eye here is a little bit out. I was refixing my makeup and I poked my eye, so there's a little internal bleeding, just so it doesn't freak you out. It doesn't hurt, so that's good. Now, Mercury is still in that 7th house of relationships. It's been retrograding, so you know what? It's been a blessing this time for you, especially because it's given you time to kind of rethink and reevaluate those relationships you're in, whether this is something you still want to pursue or not, and also to have time to figure out why you don't want it or why you do want it. So all these talks that you've been having with your partner has either been to bring it up to higher ideal level, or also to let go of it if there has been deception, because Neptune is there, and Neptune, and it's also in the house of Pisces, is either a very heightened level of love, but it could also be the house of disappointments, and only you know which level that has been working for you now and also in the past. And if you have had very disappointing relationships in the past, well, now is the time where you're waking up to and becoming smarter about and recognizing it when it comes in, that you can actually cut it, before it evolves and has you investing a lot of time and feelings into something that's going to end up going nowhere anyway. Okay, we're going to talk about that, and when the best time of this month is to discard what doesn't work. But then we have also Jupiter moving forward in your career house. A lot of you Virgos will be seeing an expansion taking place there. Some of you will see that you will be getting the promotions you've been waiting and hoping for. And you so deserve it, because you have put so much energy into your career the last 6 years, and now is the time to start reaping that. So good for you. And plus, we have great aspects coming from your 8th house into your career house. So that means that there could be more money, okay? You'll see that expand as well. Great time to go get a new mortgage if you need it, because those planets here in April will be very wellly aspected to that Jupiter in the 10th and to all the 8th house planets. We have the new moon on the 10th, which is also in your 8th house, so time to plant that mustard seed so it can grow into this huge tree. And right now those seeds need to be planted into your deepest part of your emotional psyche, okay, that scorpion part of self, where you want it to be strong and passionate and real and authentic. None of you are going to take this superficial stuff, you don't do superficial. Now, there could be people that you can attract into your life through that 7th house and Pisces, where some of them might perhaps be a little deceptive, not because they want to, but because they might promise a lot of things that don't happen. So it's like, now is the time to say, I do not want to attract more of those people who are there and then they flow away. So that is something that can behoove you in the very long run. And then we have the full moon here on the 25th, which is not just a full moon, but it's an eclipse, okay? And eclipses are known to have the power of 3 full moons all together. So it's really going to do something for you, and it will be in your 3rd house of communication. So this is the area that we want to see where things are going to be eclipsed. So whatever you have had as far as talks, you might feel that you've talked yourself empty, that you're coming up to some final agreements or final stipulations, and this is it, you're not going to budge no more. You might end up finding yourself giving somebody ultimatums, because it is in that 3rd house where you communicate, and it kind of really hones in there to your 7th house of partnerships as well. So if you've been finding yourself working a whole lot here in February, March on these relationships, you might just find out that, you know, it's either going to make it or break it now, or you're just going to move on. So the best time of the month for you would be at the end of the month on the 23rd, 24th, where things are just passionately coming together with that Venus-Pluto coming in. Then also to eliminate those things that don't work for you, because you do have all of this coming through to your, between your 5th house for love, and then Venus in the 8th house for passion and desire and all those Scorpio emotions. So, you know, this is going to be stared, especially after all these dreams earlier this month and in March. So it's like what you didn't know then, you're probably going to figure out now as you go sub, as you dig in. This is what Pluto does, and it's going to do it to your Venus. There's a trine there, so you know something's going to come together. You'll see how things suddenly surface, or you will be getting more of the answer that you've probably been seeking while it was in Pisces and having that little Neptunian glow to it. So I'm feeling here that you, Virgo, this month may just have a very good month, you know, where you can really find that grounding. You know, it's so important for you guys to really have things that are secure, so you don't become overly analytical or think too much or overthink. You know, when things fall into place where you don't have to question it, this is what you like. This is when you thrive, Virgo. You know, and there has been elements here over these last few months which has been a little up in the air. You know, some of you have met disappointments. Some of you have really kind of hit the jackpot. Really able to find that other specific partner that has that beautiful high noted Neptunian qualities that can embody it and hold that energy with good roots. So either way, here for you. So on the 25th there is an eclipse, the full moon eclipse, and it has the power of 3 full moons, and it will just really take out of the equation what does not longer serve you any purpose. Okay, that's what eclipses does. It's a good one. It is now in the sign of Scorpio, so it's going to be there with your Saturn. And that, you know, the moon is your emotions. Saturn is karma. You might find karmic threads throughout this month here towards the end, where you might feel that there's situations that needs to be communicated, because this full moon is in your 3rd house of communication. So things that you, or situations you haven't brought up or haven't spoken about, watch them surface, where you'll go in and yank those roots out and keep and remain those that do work for you, Virgo. So I hope you have a good month. Listen to your moon sign and rising sign, and I will see you next month.